Today we're going to be looking at a new subreddit. We're going to be looking at the subreddit, Am I the Buttface? Basically, people post these stories and they want to get the verdict, are they being a buttface or not? The first one we're looking at today is, am I the buttface for wanting my aunt to stop messaging me? My great aunt, grandmother's sister, has been checking in on me every day for about a month now, around the time I got news of a medical issue that requires surgery. She called me to let me know she'll be checking in on me, and this would be all well and good if she actually checked on me like she said she was. Instead, she sends me random Bible verses in the morning with voice notes of a sermon that are, on average, 3 to 5 minutes long. She knows I am not religious, least of all Christian, and never actually asks how I'm doing or if I'm okay. Even when I got into a bad motorcycle accident a couple weeks back, there was no call or well wishes, no messages, but still the daily sermon and Bible verses. I don't feel like she's actually checking in on me or is as concerned as she says she is. I went to tell her how I feel and that they aren't helping, let alone doing much to check in, but I feel like that'd be rude and ungrateful. Would I be the buttface if I asked her to stop? I would consider myself a religious person, but I feel like the number one rule most religious people need to understand that not everybody in the world is religious, and you like forcing them isn't going to make it like,
oh my goodness, all I needed was just like 5 Bible verses a day and now I believe in God or whoever.
like, that's not going to help them, especially in this context. You know, their great aunt said, I'm going to be checking on you while you go through surgery and making sure you're doing okay. But like, to not even like ask, like to be like, hey, like I was thinking about you and this like Bible verse, like, you know, I wanted to pass this on, because, you know, a lot of Bible verses can just be interpreted as words of wisdom in general. But like, just to send like, you know, 35-minute sermons and that's the only thing that you send, it could be a little, you know, a little rude. I personally don't feel like this person's being ungrateful and rude by saying that this isn't helping me and you're not really checking in on me, you're just sending me videos. So my verdict, not the buttface. Am I the buttface for not showing my parents my college report? I am 22 male, still living with my parents. I am paying monthly to live there, as well as for my food and supplies. I am also paying for the entirety of my courses. A lot of my courses are work at your own pace, and I set up a plan for how I'm going to do them, all to finish with more than enough time in a term. I'm happy with where I'm at in my courses. My parents, however, have very unrealistic expectations and have flipped out on me in the past for not doing enough, despite me being on pace and doing well mark-wise. I just don't want to deal with the headache anymore, so I told them I don't want them seeing my reports. Them taking this as me not doing the work and avoiding responsibility. Am I the buttface here? At the end of the day, me not doing the courses would only hurt myself, so I don't get why they think I wouldn't. So they don't have to say how you're doing with school. Technically, you are living under their roof, but this person says that they're paying to live there and also paying for the food and supplies. So for all intents and purposes, it's them paying for an apartment, but it's still like their parents' place, so like it's still like weird. Personally, if you have made an agreement to pay to live with your parents and you pay for your food and your supplies, so literally the only thing that you're doing is living there, and you're still paying to live there, I don't feel like you have to like show them your college reports. Like, there's rules. Like, if you live at a dorm or if you live at an apartment, like they have rules. Like, you can't like either smoke inside the apartment or you can't have animals unless you let them know. Like, those things make sense because that can destroy or mess up the place that you're living. But this is your parents' home. If you're paying to live there, if you live there for free, then maybe I would make the argument that you should, because like if you're not doing well in college or doing the work and they don't have proof of that, then you should leave if you're not paying. Most parents are like, we want you to either have a job or going to school. A lot of parents are like, we're fine with you staying here as long as you're doing one of the two that can go towards a future. Oh, this comment. You are paying room and board and you're paying for your own education. The only one who should see the report card is you. You only have yourself to answer to. If your parents want access to your report card, then they need to contribute to your education. Otherwise, it's none of their business. And I agree with that. Verdict, not a buttface. Am I the buttface for just wanting to spend the night relaxing? I've been quite stressed at work for the last week or two, and when I finished today, I just wanted to relax. I was quite burned out and just needed to recharge. My girlfriend comes home and starts complaining about a lot of things. She's complaining about the state of our town, complaining about work, talking about us moving apartments in a few months, etc. I explained to her that I was feeling burnt out and just wanted to chill out tonight, and those conversations were a bit too heavy. I mentioned that I'm off work tomorrow so we could talk about it then. She doesn't listen and keeps talking about it and expecting me to respond. So I repeat that I'm burnt out and just want to relax. She accuses me of not listening to her and not responding to her. I just pointed out that I had told her I needed to relax and that I talk about it the following day since it was nothing urgent that needed to be discussed there and then. She just says she's not asking for much and that I should be fine with discussing what she was trying to discuss. and that she wasn't asking for much, but I just repeated that it was not urgent, that I'll be happy to discuss it with her tomorrow. Am I the butt face for just wanting to relax? I understand. I work full time, and when I come home, the last thing I want to do is anything that requires a lot of energy. And especially he was like, hey, I don't want to talk about this today, but tomorrow I'm off, and this isn't like urgent. Like this isn't something that needs to be taken care of at this moment. Do you mind if we just talk about this tomorrow when we have more time and I'm like well rested and I can give my energy to this? I think that's a reasonable response, mainly because you won't have the strength to put energy into this conversation. So these conversations will be lackluster, at least from your end, because, you know, conversation should be, especially if it's about the moving part, it should be, you know, both ways equal, like energy about, you know, discussing plans. And if you're tired, and especially burnt out from work, you're not going to be able to give very thoughtful responses, or there could be underlying issues. We don't really know all the context of this relationship. My verdict, not the butt face. Am I the butt face for attending work social event? I have worked in my current job for just over a year and 2 months, and I got rotated to a new team. My old team didn't really interact much. We all got on well, but they all enjoyed working from home and we didn't have any social events or anything like that. My new team likes to meet in the office once a week minimum, where we all go out for lunch together. They like to organize social events, etc. I really like my new team, and it's nice to have a more social aspect to work. The social events tend to be every 3 to 4 weeks and are things just like going for drinks, going for a meal, bowling, etc. They're really fun, and it's been nice for me to get to know my team better. My team is made up of primarily women. There are 2 men, one of them being me, and there's another one who's a single dad, so has only managed to come to one of the social events so far. There is 4 women. 2 of them are quite old. One of them is about 8 to 10 years older than me, and one is quite close to my age. My partner said she doesn't like the fact I'm spending a lot of time drinking and going out with other women. I told her they're my colleagues and it's nice to get to know them. She just said she doesn't think I should be spending that much time out of work with women. I told her I'm not going to stop going on social events because she isn't happy my team are mainly women. She said it's strange that they plan as many social events as they do, and that I don't need to be going on all of them, but I just told her I'd be going on all social events I'm available for. Am I the butt face for going on work social events? Reddit has came to the conclusion that you're not the butt face. I don't think it's bad at face value to have friends of the opposite gender when you're in a relationship. But I do want to take the partner side because I think she just feels uncomfortable. Now, we don't know if there's any like history that would make her feel uncomfortable, or if she's just uncomfortable with the fact that he's spending a lot of time going to these events with all these women. I believe that it's important to connect with your colleagues, but the partner was saying that it's strange that they do it a lot and he doesn't need to go to all of them. I don't think he's the butt face for going to work social events, but there is a concern from the partner's point of view. And I feel like to have a healthy relationship, they should probably have a compromise. Be like, hey, like, how about this? I'll go to every other one, and then the ones that I miss, we can do something special. Make sure he's spending equal time doing things with his partner, the social events with his work. He's not the butt face for going to work social events, but he could be the butt face for not like trying to work things out with his partner. Thanks for watching the video. I enjoyed going through the subreddit with y'all, and it was a lot of fun to read these stories. Please let me know in the comments if you liked it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Peace.
I like to see you beat me. I've always had one house. You better. I'll get the 9. In the past 3 days, I have made crap biz, but you only made